teacher her hair looked like. So I'm always trying to revisit that sort of world. So my friend, Mr. Bingham, he helped me make these puppets. So on this side I have Jesus and a lot of nerves, and on this side I have John Lennon. Because the problem with growing up in Utah in the back of a music store is you confuse the two because they look a lot alike, and they're both, you know, into peace and love and all those other sort of things. So Jesus wants some attention. So just for the sake of mechanics, I'm going to leave my hair on stage and just go with puppets. So here we go. Thank you so much for the preamble. Here are the poems. Disclaimer: assumptions made by this homemade religion. Intervals: the relationship between pitch of two notes. My miss crossed when I was 4. I mistook the pictures of Jesus hung in every Mormon home for John Lennon. Both called the Prince of Peace, was encouraged to talk to him, offer up my suffering, let him carry my scabs in his satchel. Red letters addressed home. Inside the paper wrap package, a 6-string guitar interpreting lyrics. I still talk to John when praying to Jesus. Pitch: driving 4 hours a day, John plays with wind out the window. I chase kites slipped from the grasp of children. Sky diamonds, red, yellow, blue, love. John Jesus, why did you leave Cynthia? Blue, red, yellow, hope. Why are you talking to a dead man? Yellow, blue, red, life. Damn it, I missed my favorite color. Well, fucking stop talking to John Jesus and pay attention to your own. Frequency: number of occurrences repeated per unit time. The men who killed John Jesus were after light, afraid the dark would swallow them. The flesh wounds are real, holes in Jesus the size of hands. We like to think of them as body pockets. Jesus says, go ahead, reach in and pull out a strawberry. Hell no, I say. We know you are hungry, they say. Couldn't we just be friends, I urge? Out of your league, they hiss. I'd rather starve, I spit. Desire is a snake in your pancake batter. It will eat you whole while you long for home-cooked bread, they say. Octave: the relationship, a natural phenomenon referred to the basic miracle of music. The human ear tends to hear both notes as essentially the same. We are music baking in the body's hot center. Okay, so unlikely origins in the Book of Mormon. Chapter 1. Where did that angel fly off to? The golden plates went missing. This should be easy enough to understand. The most sought things are often slippery. Needless to say, if God made them, the polish would be perfect. Slick as sliced spam in your hands. Cut Joseph a break. He'd just seen angels. And from what I've heard, celestials work in symbols and archetypal images. In other words, they are what can be remembered. Chapter 2. Angels as plague or pleasure, you choose. Joseph lost them, just as the stone tablets were misshuffled in a pile of Judaic to-do lists, most likely shredded by lightning to prevent identity theft. Interesting to me is how angels are constantly dividing and redividing themselves like cells. The rebellious ones as cancer, refusing to die. And just like cartoons, there are many and more. The best getting their own amusement parks with mascots for photo ops. The closest I've ever come to being an angel, Chapter 3. Wanting to understand furries, I rented a chicken costume to have sex with my husband. I was perched on the sink flapping mad. He penetrated twice before losing his heart-on. The whole thing as damaging as imagining sex with his mother. I've always wondered how my parents conceived me, my mother hating to be touched. I was in awe of children who accidentally walked in on their mom's spread eagle, saw firsthand the bushfire once worn as a crown. Chapter 4, Renaming Angels. Prophet Smith's favorite seraph, the macaroni-colored one, known as the burning one, he renamed Moroni. Archangel in charge of unleashing the universal conflagration. Joseph had an odd sense of fun, playing checkers with his wives by candlelight, all confused as to whose turn it was to go against him. Chapter 5, I Choose. If angels were sold as furry plush toys, hands down, I'd pick Azrael, he who causes the realm of thought to fall into the world of paper, like the making of a religion, all possible. Let's say feathers and checkers are acts of salvation forever and ever. Amen. Okay. So Jesus will be playing the part of Jesus, and I will be playing the part of Judas for this next one. Jesus and Judas as boys. Judas, bury me in the sand. I don't wanna. Come on, I'll let you use my glass shovel. Leave me alone already. Don't make me make a miracle of you. I'm busy. Put that dolly away and start digging. It's a Roman guard with special whip motion action. Dolly. It's not a dolly. You broke Pontus. I didn't touch him. You didn't have to. You broke it. Prove it. I hate you. You don't know the half of hating. Now start digging. Thanks, guys. Okay, so here we go. This is the 2-poem warning, and then I'll exit. But thank you so much for your time and attention and smiles and laughs and claps. I really appreciate it. So, faith as seen on YouTube. Contemporary Gnostics. He seems to be kissing more than speaking words. His fellow Gnostic spokesmodel transitions into frame, her face an orb of light dimmed to a long-legged brunette. Mention the Kings of Templar and his eyes flash with Hollywood potential. Imagine rescue. She's tied to a chair by the arms of her own cardigan, obviously the work of Papist conspirators. She'll say, truth will be sought by the few, rebels moaning softly in libraries. There is more than just this body, she says. Oh yes, he'll say, more, more. Because I've heard it all before, I'm not converted. Joseph Smith went down with his 6 shooters firing from a window for something similar to Gnosis. He knew it was over. Angry mob with ropes noosed, he wanted life more than salvation, reached for the blue hands of God before the ground caught him. Something more like gravity is out there. A martyr is born from the earth of Missouri like a turnip, belief like harvest. I am sown and born in Utah. I never asked for this religion, never asked for gravity. A root food isn't choosy. It will grow anywhere with its ability to prevent famine. His was a con, but a necessary con. Joe said I do to 33 women before the gig was up. As he came down, a promise for love manifested itself as light turned to flesh and a mild root. I won't be full bride, but the pain of starvation is a mother's hands in my soil, digging to save her children from the absence of heaven's feast. Part 3, broadcast yourself. Originally, I wrote tit instead of lip when describing the sexual tension between young missionaries. Their knowing beyond knowing, like lovers hanging from cords of ecstasy, refusing to come down, makes my eyes hatch locusts from staring too long at their light shining from my laptop. I know only chance. My feet won't hit ground. Bet anything. The night before Judas died, he paid some mouth to call him child. Tell the ground to come for me, he asked the prostitute. Tell the world I meant no harm. I don't know why love is deemed legitimate for some and not others. I tell you, Judas loved Jesus enough to die for him. The hanging body, a pornographic image. I tell you, there are those of us who must fall, our faith an all-in wager. We jump praying, let there be light. Okay, one more and then we're off the stage, so thank you again. The woman who cut Judas down had lost her son. This body strung from a branch could be anyone, even hers. She climbed the tree to chew through the rope and bring down the stopped heart that had grown within her. On the ground she gathered him to her, whole self shaking as a baptism worked its way out from in her. Words beyond human articulation, fever, and a cry mistaken for pain. Thank you.